talk, more action!
Hey everyone, it's Normie Nick, and this is Set Point, your weekly FGC news roundup. This week, Virtua Fighter brought the drip, Clive transports to Tekken, and Kings of the World brings us our last CPT Premiere qualifier. Let's rock! The Virtua Fighter 5 Revo announcement last week was just a setup. At the Game Awards this week, Sega announced a new mainline Virtua Fighter. While not called Virtua Fighter 6 just yet, this will be the newest Virtua Fighter game in 18 years, over half the franchise's lifetime. The release trailer had a new look for its main character, Akira. Some technical showcases of the new game's engine, and then a new character was shown named Stella, possibly related to the other character Stella, Sarah Bryant. Coming out along with this direct was the 2.0 balance patch for the PS4 version. This is the same patch that Revo will be running on. Of course, there will be some balance changes, but some characters also got moves back from the previous Virtua Fighter games. From a competitive standpoint, Virtua Fighter will be having a global tour next year. They are calling the Virtua Fighter Open Championship. It's going to start in spring 2025. They've also partnered with Frosty Faustings to have a Virtua Fighter 5 as a main stage game before Revo launches. It's a free bracket to sign up for if you're going to Frosty Faustings. You can sign up for this absolutely for free, and they did put a pop bonus in there. By the time you see this, the Revo beta has ended, but the full Steam release of the game will be on January 28th next year. Following the event was an exhibition stream showing off some of the top Virtua Fighter players around the world playing Revo's rollback. They tried to cover a lot of the cast, but even though they weren't all in there was still some great sense to check out. Alright, Tekken. Personally, I had a feeling there would be a whack pick for Tekken's final Year 1 DLC character, but I was still pretty surprised to see Clive Rosefield announced at the Game Awards. Clive is the main protagonist of Final Fantasy XVI and is the first guest character of Tekken 8. Along with Clive, a new stage named Phoenix Gate is also coming out. The stage is DLC included with the Year 1 pass, but will need to be paid for separately outside of that. Unlike the previous DLC stage, Genmanji Temple, that released with Heihachi, Phoenix Gate will have unique dimensions and hazards, which is really important in a game like Tekken, for the combos, Oki, your neutral, all those things. Following the Game Awards, Bandai hosted a series of talks with developers discussing the development of Clive and going deeper into the Tekken and Final Fantasy collaboration. As noted by FDX, another Tekken content creator, the collaboration for Clive began actually around December 2022, months before Final Fantasy XVI release and even before the first Tekken 8 trailer. Tekken also released a patch with some of the features from the winter update that were shown, and even more. Features were added to photo mode. You can now search for other players in the main menu. Disconnecting from random ranked matches now have a ranked penalty. You can review replays with DLC characters you don't have, but control the character you do have. And then there was also some character balance changes that you can see on the site. I have that linked in the blog. With the Tekken World Tour done, the European Tekken Cup has come back. Ender Zone 4 in Spain ended on Sunday with Pika from Belgium rising victorious. Pika beat Sin in a close grand finals reset, going 3-2 in both sets. He also bet Tibetano, the hometown hero who got third place. Lancelot, who got fifth, has enough points to now be second in the France region, right behind Jod. Lane, who also got fifth, beat out second placer Oracle in points to now be in the number 2 spot for Iberica, which is like the Spain region. I have links to the VOD, the top 8, bracket details, and then also I put this together. This is the current standings for European Tekken Cup. The top 2 players will go play in the finals later in next year. All right, and then Street Fighter. I'll be doing a more in-depth recap of Kings of the World, but some highlights from the bracket were problematic setups at the event, Andy Walker being eliminated by Bolt Strike, Moke's killer run, and then the winner, Emperor. So let's talk a little about Emperor. Emperor is a Ken player from South Korea. He started playing competitively in 2017, but started finding success in Street Fighter V in 2021, getting third at the Intel World Open qualifier for Japan and South Korea. This year, Emperor was part of Team Korea at the World Cyber Games and is throwing it down in the Korean World Warriors. He got second to NL in the regional finals, but now has his own Capcom Cup seat for this coming year. This weekend, we also had 2 more World Warrior regional finals. One in Mexico and the other in US Midwest. From Mexico, you might recognize him from Street Fighter League this year, is Uriel Valorio. Yet another Ken player, this will be his second Capcom Cup. Uriel began playing competitively in 2019 in Street Fighter V, but has really found his stride this year in Street Fighter VI. Along with doing SFL, Uriel got second at First Attack, losing to Mena RD, and third at Astral Finish. Uriel brings a unique energy with this Ken, and you won't want to miss a set from him. Then the Midwest's own Jack, or Just a Kid, qualifies for a second Capcom Cup, his first for Street Fighter VI. Jack came up during Street Fighter V and won both Combo Breaker and Frosty Falcons in 2023. Jack is a day one jury main and is not to be slept on. All right, apart from War Warrior and CPT, Sajam announces the Sajam Slam 4 for Street Fighter VI. That's right, the voice of the FGC, Sajam, is hosting another one of these Sajam Slams. So this is a huge collaborative event Sajam started doing last year, and he takes streamers and gaming content creators from other genres like shooters, MOBAs, things like that, and teams them up with a pro Street Fighter player as a coach. And then they have a tournament just to see who's the best team. The top 2 teams this year will get a trip to Japan to play in an international championship against the winners of Fight Night. And Fight Night is a similar event to Sajam Slam, except in Japan, and it's hosted by esports group Reject. You might know them from sponsoring Tokido. All right, and then we have Street Fighter League US Week 9. You can check out my recap. It's going to be linked in the blog, or you can just check out my YouTube channel. And then here's just an overview of the event. So next week, going into Week 10, FlyQuest, Cloud9, and Fighting Spirit are guaranteed to qualify for the top 3 spots through points and wins. Red Rooster has been out of the running for weeks, and all comes down to Shopify Rebellion and Bandit's performance next week. Unfortunately for us as spectators, we don't get to see Shopify and Bandits play each other. Shopify will play Red Rooster, and Bandits will play Fighting Spirit. In order for Shopify to make it to 4th, they have to get a 40 bomb, and Bandits have to lose by 10 or less. If Bandits get at least 20 points, they will qualify regardless of how Shopify does through their wins. Here's the standings for Street Fighter League. Again, I have this linked in the blog for y'all as well. All right, now we have Round Robin. This is where I put all the miscellaneous news that kind of fell through the cracks of some of the other categories. So next, Rhino won the SNK World Championship qualifier spot at Anime Con Expo. The spots are filling up. I think there's only 2 or 3 more events for the SNK World Championship. And this is one of the last ones. Mexico, one of the most stacked KOF regions. So shout out to Rhino. Very, very hard bracket. All right. And then Guilty Gear shared the future battle balance adjustments, and they'll be releasing on December 23rd. The developers at Guilty Gear apologized for not meeting the players' expectations and listed some of the directions of the battle pass changes here. Again, this link to the sheet is going to be in the blog. All right. Those of you studying Nen, Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact gets a new character, Morel. I'm not far enough in the manga to think what happens with Morel or who he is, but he looks like a big kind of bruiser type of character, huge buttons, has kind of a short-range fireball. He's going to hit pretty hard. All right, and if you follow Maximilian, you've probably already seen this, but the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond mod gets a full release date of Friday, December 20th. This is an extensive fan-made mod funded by Maximilian Dude with balance and aesthetic changes. You'll need to purchase a legal copy of the game in order to play the mod, and you can download this Friday through the link that I have in the blog. You can go to their official website to get it. Kind of, if you're following competitive FGC, you probably are following some of the content creators and saw some of this stuff that happened, but a number of creators got targeted and hacked through phishing attempts. Fortunately, it looks like all of them were able to recover their accounts. It's just sucky to see so many people that help the community build and spread information be attacked like this. It definitely was very targeted towards FGC members. I don't see other communities being attacked just like this. There's a video Brian F did. I have that linked out in the blog. Go check that out. It's an explanation. It kind of explains how this wasn't just they didn't change their password kind of thing, or they should have known better. All right, and CEOtaku pools are out. That is the big major event happening this weekend. Be sure, if you're going, be sure to get to your station a little bit before your pool begins. Soon, Jabali, who runs the event, is going to be posting a huge primer, things you need to know before getting to the con, and answering a bunch of FAQs in there. You can find that on the ceogaming.org website. Then we have Kansai Gaming Party, a huge anime fighting game celebration, announced its lineup of games. KGP is happening May 3rd through 4th. Shout out to Anime FGC News for pointing this out. There's some crazy games in here, like All right, here comes a new challenger. This is the events and news coming up this next week. The SNK Championship Series Finals will be happening in Shanghai on December 21 through 22nd. This is the end of a really long, extensive 8-week league SNK had months ago. I was covering it in some of the first articles we had here. If you're an SNK KOF fan, this is going to be a really big kind of esporty event for the game. It's on the new patch. Should be cool to see. And whoever wins this gets a lot of money and is also going to be qualified for the SNK World Championships. Then another big event for Street Fighter, though, the Street Fighter League Japan playoffs are December 21st and 22nd. This is a live event, and it's the top 3 teams from both the S and F divisions. You won't want to miss this. I know there's a lot going on. I'll be recapping this later, but this is a huge event live. It's going to have a lot of energy, but really cool to see. And like I said before, CEOtaku is going to be December 20th through 22nd. They're going to have pretty much every fighting game there. It's historically been a anime convention, anime fighting game convention. They're teaming up this year with Holiday Matsuri, which is itself a Christmas anime convention. One of the featured games are there's a couple anime Gundam games, and it'll be really cool to watch. The games I'll be covering for next week are going to be Guilty Gear Strive, it's a gold event. Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising is also a gold event there. And then King of Fighters 15 is going to be having a SNK World Championship qualifier. They put a pop bonus there, so that's going to be a pretty exciting bracket to watch as well. All right, our World Warriors, we are counting down. So we've got Brazil, Middle East, Europe Northeast, US Canada West, and Europe West finals all coming up. All right, y'all, that's it for me. You win. Thanks for watching. To watch the video version of this recap each week when it comes out, please subscribe. And then if you could like the channel, it really promotes this information. I think this is really going to be useful to a lot of people in the FGC as they're looking for news. They don't have time to catch everything. I think this is something I'm really proud to make, really happy to share. So please, if you like and subscribe, if you do want to like and subscribe, do it. And I'll just say this as a note. I won't be having set point next week, but I'm going to be posting a bunch of tournament recaps just with Christmas landing. My family celebrates. That's what we celebrate. So we won't be having this, but I am planning to do a normal set point on the 1st of the new year. All right. And here's our bonus stage. I just thought this artwork was so sick. It's the full Orgy cast from King of Fighters 15. Really sick art. I put the link in the blog. You can check out. Find the tweet, download it. This is a sick phone wallpaper. I mean, I have an all black phone wallpaper. Anyways, sick stuff. You can download it there. All right, y'all. That's it for me. GG's.